Standard 12th Subject Physics, first chapter Rotational Dynamics. From this chapter, let us see the point Theorem of Perpendicular Axis. The statement of this theorem is stated as the moment of inertia Iz of a laminar object about an axis z perpendicular to its plane is the sum of its moment of inertia about the two mutually perpendicular axes x and y in its plane such that all the axes are being concurrent. So all the axes are being concurrent. Therefore, let us consider a laminar body that is in the form of a thin sheet which is rotating about an axis z passing through point O and perpendicular to its plane. Therefore, let Iz be the moment of inertia of that laminar object about this z axis. Similarly, Ix represents the moment of inertia of this laminar object about x axis and Iy will represent its moment of inertia about y axis. Now let that body is made up of large number of small elements, and let us consider a small element of mass dm which is situated at point P such that it will lie at a distance z from the z axis, at a distance x from the y axis, and at a distance y from the x axis. So these are the distances, and therefore let Ix, Iy and Iz be the moment of inertia. Ix, Iy and Iz be the moment of inertia of that body about x, y and z axis respectively. Now, as dm is at a distance y from x axis, as dm is at a distance y from the x axis, then the moment of inertia of that element dm about x axis is given as y square dm, and if it is integrated we will get the moment of inertia of whole body about x axis, that is Ix equal to integration y square dm. Similarly, as dm is at a distance equal to x from y axis, therefore moment of inertia of that lamina will be Iy equal to integration x square dm, where x square dm will represent the moment of inertia of that element of mass dm about this y axis. Now, as dm is at a distance x square plus y square raised to half from z axis, from z axis it will lie at a distance equal to x square plus y square raised to half. Therefore, the moment of inertia of that element of mass dm about z axis will be x square plus y square dm. And now Iz, that is moment of inertia of that laminar object about z axis, will be integration of x square plus y square dm. Now as Iz is equal to integration x square plus y square dm, we can write it as, splitting these two terms, Iz will be equal to integration x square dm plus integration y square dm. But integration x square dm is Iy and integration y square dm is Ix. Therefore, Iz is equal to Iy plus Ix, or rearranging the terms we can write Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy, which is nothing but the mathematical expression for theorem of perpendicular axis. Now let us see the next point, that is the expression for angular momentum L. Expression for angular momentum. Now angular momentum of a body is nothing but it is the moment of linear momentum, that is the product of linear momentum and moment arm gives the angular momentum, that is factor L will be equal to factor R cross factor P, that is momentum into the linear momentum. Now when any body is rotating about an axis passing through point O, we have to obtain the expression for its angular momentum, and therefore let us consider a body which is rotating about an axis of rotation passing through point O with constant angular velocity omega. Let that body is made up of number of particles of masses m1, m2, m3 up to mn lying at the distances r1, r2, r3 up to rn from the axis of rotation. As angular velocity of the body is constant omega, but the linear velocities of all the particles will be different, and let these velocities be v1, v2, v3 up to vn for all these particles. So in this case, for all the particles angular velocity will be same, but linear velocity will be different, and therefore we have to calculate first of all the linear velocities of all these particles. So if you consider first particle of mass m1, its linear velocity v1 will be equal to r1 omega, because v equal to r omega. For second particle v2 is equal to r2 omega dot 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 vn. For last particle it is rn omega. Now this will be obtained by using v equal to r omega relation. Now the linear momentum of the particles will be given as linear momentum, that is linear momentum p is equal to m1 v1, because p is equal to mv. Linear momentum is nothing but the product of mass and velocity. p1 will be equal to m1 v1, that is equal to m1 into v1 is r1 omega. Similarly, linear momentum of second particle of mass m2, p2 is equal to m2 v2 equal to m2 r2 omega dot dot dot. For last particle, the linear momentum pn is equal to mn vn, that is equal to mn rn omega. So these are the linear momentum. Now let us find the angular momentum of all the particles. Angular momentum, that is linear momentum into momentum, that is L is equal to P into R. And therefore for the first particle of mass m1, angular momentum L1 equal to linear momentum into momentum, and that will be equal to P1 R1, that will be equal to M1 V1 R1, so that it will be given as M1 R1 omega into R1. Okay, and therefore that will be equal to m1 r1 square omega. Similarly, for second particle of mass m2, L2 is equal to p2 r2, that is equal to m2 v2 r2, that will be equal to m2 r2 omega into r2, that is equal to m2 r2 square omega. Similarly, for the last particle of mass mn, ln equal to pn rn, that is equal to mn vn rn, that will be equal to mn rn omega into rn, so that we will get mn rn square omega. So all these are the angular momentum of all the particles, and therefore the angular momentum of the body will be sum of the angular momentum of all the particles, and therefore we can write angular momentum of the body L equal to L1 plus L2 plus Ln. Therefore it will be written as m1 r1 square omega plus m2 r2 square omega plus mn rn square omega. So that taking omega common, we can write m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus mn rn square into omega. But this bracketed term will be written as summation I is equal to 1 to n mi ri square into omega, and this bracketed term is nothing but that is summation I is equal to 1 to n mi ri square is nothing but the moment of inertia of that rotating body I, and therefore L is equal to I omega, that is angular momentum L is equal to moment of inertia of that body into its angular velocity. This equation will be similar to that of P is equal to mv. So comparing these two relations, from that linear momentum, m will be replaced here by moment of inertia and linear velocity will be replaced by angular velocity in case of angular momentum.